Every time I see a Cybertruck in the wild, I cringe a little bit at how tradition is absolutely lapping innovation. So I was wondering if the same is true in the guitar world. I have been rocking this Enya Smart Guitar, the Nova Sonic Go, for a little bit now. It has a bunch of cool features that a smart guitar, like built-in speaker, and you can like do stuff with the app. But I wanted to actually shoot it out with a regular electric guitar. This is gonna be like a Telecaster style Reverend that I think is a pretty good representation of just like a solid body, traditional electric guitar. I see a lot of hate for anything new, specifically in the guitar community, right? So what I wanna do is just kind of play back to back with hidden examples. I'm gonna do kind of like a rhythm thing over a backing track. I'm gonna put some lead onto it. I'm gonna have like sample A, sample B, switch between them, and see if you can tell the difference between a smart guitar and a traditional electric guitar in just this kind of test, and then also just come back and maybe give you my thoughts on it after that, all right? So let's see if you can actually hear the difference between just a regular plugged-in smart guitar and a regular plugged-in traditional electric guitar. Let's check it out. Alright, so sample B was a smart guitar, sample A was the Telecaster copy. A couple things to note. This guitar is much less expensive than this guitar, okay? Another thing, funny enough, you might not expect this, the setup on this guitar was awful. Had to have this professionally set up, so add another 120 bucks or whatever it was to have that done to make it playable, whereas this one came awesome, like really good to go. That's the benefit that you get from carbon fiber composite guitars, is they're not going to be as susceptible to the elements as a wood neck guitar is going to be, all right? So I think that they play pretty similarly. Now, the neck is going to be a lot different, right? I feel like my hand moves around a little bit better on a neck like this right here as compared to a wooden neck. This is also considerably lighter than this, so a lot of the benefits are kind of built into just having a smart guitar with carbon fiber. Effects-wise, I had it going through an analog board. I mean, I say analog, but it went through a couple Strymon pedals. Just a Big Sky and a Deco that I have. Everything was on the exact same settings. I was using the neck pickup for the rhythm ones, and then the bridge pickup for the kind of solo parts. But yeah, I think the main reason I wanted to do this video is because people just kind of hate on a lot of smart guitars without ever playing them. I definitely think the innovation is getting to a point where it's probably worth investing in one, especially if you travel a lot. And full disclosure, you know, I've been sponsored by Enya, done a bunch of videos with Enya, but also sponsored by this. They sent me this for free too back in the day. So this thing is awesome. I'm a huge fan of it. Aside from just the regular kind of benefits of just what I just showcased, how it sounds, I think they sound pretty comparable. Again, it's not a perfect demo because these are humbuckers and that's a single coil, but I think from a quality standpoint and a playing standpoint, they definitely kind of feel and play different. I will say that, like, There are some benefits and detractors from it being super light. I think it's like if you're not used to a lighter guitar, you might be like, well, this feels kind of cheap. Only because I've been conditioned to think that like heavier is like better in certain ways. But I've had this for like 6 months now and I've never had an issue. You know, again, maybe, gosh, I haven't dropped this yet, thankfully, as compared to like a solid body electric. So maybe that could be something in the future to think about. But yeah, I think they're really cool. I will run through maybe a few more features of just having this as a regular guitar. I'll also link you to the video that I did on probably both of these if you guys are interested. But let me just unplug this from the amp real quick. And then let me mute that. And then the interesting thing about this is it has a speaker built into it, right? So if you press and hold this, and you can charge it via USB, it turns the speaker on, and then this actually changes color to show you what setting it's on. So I can kind of turn up the volume here, and then maybe change this. And the built-in speaker is something that's actually kind of really interesting with this guitar. It interfaces with the app. Like I said, I'll link you to the video I did with this if you guys are interested in learning more about this one specifically. But again, this is really reasonably priced, under $400, which I think is kind of amazing for what you get. So again, this is with the built-in speaker. And then you just hit it and then it changes. And you can change how these actually sound. The cool thing about this is you can get the speaker to feedback. Which again, I think is kind of a cool feature, you know. But again, it's just kind of like a cool thing. If you were to just play it just straight up unplugged versus this, you know, I think we're kind of looking at the exact same thing. Again, the main thing I noticed going back and forth is kind of like the heaviness. And again, this is an awesome guitar, don't get me wrong. Like, I love traditional solid body electrics. But yeah, if you're looking for something maybe a little bit lighter, the pickups sound great, plus you get a whole bunch of bonus features and stuff, you might want to consider getting one of the Enya guitars. But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments as far as like the head-to-head comparison, and if I'm being just like a total idiot homer or whatever. But yeah, I think there's definitely a place for these in anybody's collection, just to have right now or in the future going forward. And we need to stop hating on innovation in guitars. We can still hate on innovation with the Cybertruck. Freaks me out every time I see one. I can't believe it's actually a thing that's on the road now. But this is a little bit better way to spend a couple $100. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section, Instagram, or the website. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you.